Viktor had given up on the world. After everything he'd lost in Ukraine, his home, his family, his brothers in arms, he'd come to America hoping to start over. But PTSD doesn't respect borders. The nightmares followed him. The flashbacks came without warning. He couldn't hold a job, couldn't stay in shelters where sudden noises made him violent, so he chose the bridge, chose invisibility, chose to fade away quietly where he wouldn't hurt anyone. But when those teenagers kicked his sleeping bag and started filming, calling him names, threatening to set his belongings on fire, something inside Viktor stirred. Not anger, something older, something he thought he'd buried, survival. The underside of Jefferson Street Bridge wasn't much, but Viktor called it home. Concrete pillars, graffiti-covered walls, the constant rumble of traffic overhead. But it was dry when it rained, shaded when the sun was too hot, and most importantly, nobody bothered him there. For 18 months, this had been his life. Cardboard for a mattress, a torn army jacket for a blanket, the smell of the river mixing with the scent of his own unwashed clothes. By day, he pushed a shopping cart collecting cans for recycling money. People crossed the street to avoid him. Viktor had a routine. Wake up early, before people could see him. Wash his face in river water. Collect cans. Lunch. Free soup from charity. Afternoon, more cans. Evening, return to bridge. Sleep late to delay the nightmares. Same every day. Don't talk to anyone. Don't make eye contact. Be invisible. It was easier this way. Less pain this way. But loneliness was unbearable. Every night, lying in the dark, he thought of his brothers in Kharkiv, hated himself for leaving them alive. Friday night, 10:30 p.m. Viktor was trying to sleep, but he heard sounds, laughter, footsteps, young voices. Yo, look, there's someone here. Are you serious? Living under a bridge? Dude, this is going to be legendary. Film it, film it. Viktor didn't open his eyes. Maybe they'd leave. Maybe they'd lose interest. But hope was futile. Light hit his face. Phone flashlight. Ha ha ha, look at this guy. He looks like a total zombie. Dude, he stinks. There were 4 of them, 18, maybe 20 years old, all filming with their phones. One kicked Viktor's sleeping bag. Come on, old man, wake up. You're getting famous. Viktor slowly sat up. His hands were shaking, not from anger, but from PTSD. Sudden movements triggered flashbacks. Please, go, Viktor said, his voice hoarse, speaking properly for the first time in months. What? Couldn't hear you. The young man came closer, pointing his phone at Viktor's face. Is this your house? Fancy, the others laughed. Their leader, wearing a hoodie with knife patterns, started going through Viktor's belongings, opened his plastic bag. What's in here? Any money? Please, don't touch, Viktor said. Or what? You gonna call the cops? Laughter. Then someone had a worse idea. Dude, let's burn this stuff. What? His stuff! It'd be epic for the video. Someone pulled out a lighter, pointed it toward Viktor's sleeping bag. That's when something inside Viktor broke, or maybe woke up. Viktor stood up, slowly, in a controlled manner. His back, which had been hunched for 18 months, was now straight and powerful. He was tall, 6'2", broad shoulders. His eyes were no longer scared and lost, cold, calculating, warrior eyes. The teenagers stepped back. Yo, calm down, old man. Don't touch my things, Viktor said, this time his voice firm. We're just joking. No. Viktor took a step forward. Not joke, bullying. The leader was still brave. Who are you, some kind of hero? Viktor didn't answer. Just slowly rolled up his jacket sleeve. On his arm, faded but visible, a military tattoo, Ukrainian flag. Below it, something written in Cyrillic letters. And beside it, a parachute wing emblem. Airborne Forces. One of the teenagers, the smarter one, noticed this. Yo, man, this guy was a soldier. What? Look at his tattoo. Ukrainian military. The leader hesitated, looked at Viktor again. This time he saw differently. Under the dirt, there was muscle. Under the tired face, there was a hardened soldier. Let's go, said the smart one. Why? He's just a homeless... No, look at him. He's dangerous. Viktor hadn't moved, but his stance said everything. Hands at his sides, relaxed but ready, feet balanced, eyes tracking all four teenagers simultaneously. Tactical awareness. The leader stepped back. Okay. Chill. We're leaving. But then, one last insult. He kicked Viktor's plastic bag, scattering his belongings. Homeless trash. Then they ran. They left. Viktor was alone, slowly sank to his knees. His hands were still shaking. His chest tightened. Couldn't breathe. Panic attack. PTSD flashback coming. Kharkiv. Bombardment. Screams. Carrying his friends. Blood. Too much blood. No, he whispered to himself. Not there. Not the past. Now. America. You're safe. But he wasn't safe. Never safe. He gathered his belongings. They trembled in his hands. He cried. For the first time in months, he cried. The next morning, Viktor sat under the bridge. The sun was rising. He hadn't slept. Then came the sound of motorcycles. Deep rumbling. Viktor looked up. 6 motorcycles parked beside the bridge. Men in leather vests. But this time Viktor wasn't afraid, because he saw an emblem on the vests, an emblem he recognized. Ukrainian Veterans MC. The leader, powerfully built, bearded, 50s, dismounted, walked toward Viktor, stopped. The 2 men looked at each other. Then the leader spoke in Ukrainian. "Brother, we've been looking for you." The leader's name was Dmitro. Viktor recognized him. Years ago in Kharkiv, same unit. "Dmitro?" Viktor's voice broke. "How did you find me?" "A video last night. Went viral online. 4 kids attacking a homeless man. But someone in the comments noticed the tattoo on your arm. Sent it to me. And I recognized you." Dmitro crouched down to Viktor's level. "Brother, why are you living here? Why didn't you call us?" Viktor lowered his head. "I was ashamed. Didn't want to be a burden." "Burden?" Dmitro laughed, but with pain. "Viktor, you saved me in Kharkiv, carried me on your back. My life exists because of you." The other bikers approached, all veterans, all brothers. "Viktor," Dmitro said, "come with us. We have a place where you can stay. Veteran shelter, clean, safe, PTSD support, job placement program. I don't know." "I know," Dmitro said. "It's scary. Change is always scary, but you're going to die here, slowly, alone. And we won't allow that." Another veteran, a woman in her 40s, stepped forward. "My name is Oksana. I live with PTSD too. I slept under a bridge too. But they took me in. And now I'm alive. You can be too." Viktor couldn't hold back tears. He hadn't cried in 18 months, but now he couldn't stop. Dmitro hugged him. "You're not alone anymore, brother." That day, Viktor left the bridge. The veterans took him to the shelter. He showered, for the first time in months, put on clean clothes, ate a hot meal, and slept in a bed with sheets and a pillow. The nightmares still came. But this time when he woke up, he wasn't alone. There were other veterans in the hallway, people who understood. Brothers. 3 months later, Viktor was unrecognizable. His hair was cut, his beard neatly trimmed. He'd gained weight. Life had returned to his eyes. He volunteered at the Veteran Support Center, reaching out to other homeless vets, offering them help. And one day, walking down the street, he saw one of those 4 teenagers. The young man didn't recognize him. But Viktor remembered. He didn't stop him, didn't curse, just kept walking. Because he no longer carried anger, he carried hope. If this story touched you, please like, share, and subscribe. Write in the comments, how can we help homeless veterans? Sometimes the lost are just waiting for someone to look for them.